when you are checking. On the championship, where we basically have one offshore race, we are doing the checks after this, and we have the list of equipment in the form that is used that needs to be checked. We wanted to check, and we tried to check in Porto Caras before, but frankly, if you really want to go to check all the safety equipment, you will spending too much time on one load, and you don't have time when you have in Copenhagen. We had to check 120 boats in 2 days in a team of 10. We briefly checked some important things, but basically the rules are setting how many safety equipment, life jackets, these lifelines, the flares, this anchor, how we call it, horseshoe, and stuff like this that you have. It's all defined in these rules.
How restricted you are
Sorry?
during the event? How restricted you are with the special regulation? Because there's some discussion that some bucket is missing or some spare battery, etc. And it is point of disqualification or closing?
No, I mean no. We have in our rules for the championship that for the minor infringement of the special regs, you may do discretional penalty, which is in range to up to that 10% scoring penalty.
Okay.
So we usually say this for some major thing that you may go.
Well, I don't ask about some safety equipment. Yeah, it's under discussion.
No, safety is all about, and I can tell you, my club is organized this 1,000 island race in Croatia that goes 270 miles along the coast. And since the beginning, we invited a guy who is running these ISAF seminars and we are very strict. I mean, strict in the way that every boat is checked at least for 45 minutes, 60 minutes for every single, because this race goes among 1,000 islands during the night, and we want to be sure. And in fact, I have to tell you that one year when we had very strong Bura wind, the guys were before the start were coming to us. What you are doing to this? We have to buy new life jackets. We have to spend how many? We do next time. Will not. This was before. After they were coming to thank us that we forced them to buy this equipment because this saved their life, almost.
Okay.
So it's
on the.
Yeah, I mean, all depends on the type of the race. If you have long distance race going during the night, or even double-handed, because I know that I understood that this double-handed is quite popular here. I would go check everything. On the Europeans, we will present the list to all boats. Okay, this is the list you need to have. Before, we will check something that we can check spot, briefly, but we will not go check every list. After the end of the offshore race, we will pick up 3 boats and check it. And then we'll see if everything is okay, hopefully okay. If there's something minor, we can protest. If there's something big,
and also remind that if you make a very scrupulous check, there will not be a single boat that will pass completely.
Very probably. No, that's fine.
Because there is, navigation lights,
No, I told you we did it.
Fire extinguishers.
And not just this. You may do this, but then you need 3 days before, and you need to give the opportunity for the people to buy and to prepare themselves if you are required this. But we will definitely not go to that level on the.
In general, when for races that are not the World Championships, what is the recommendation is also to be in compliance with the local rules, and so not require something extra for of course for more demanding races. There is more scrupulous, but then the basic philosophical approach is that we are trying to measure things that are related to the performances of the boat. The fact of having something that is not 100% in compliance, in fact, does not affect the performances. It's just a question of fitting some requirements to be able to sail or not. It's a different approach.
I don't know if we should spend time on this, but this is something that's usually considered a bit hazardous or a bit difficult from sailors to discern what level actually will apply for a particular regatta. In Sweden, the Royal Swedish Yacht Club actually made a large work a couple of years ago when they compiled a list which actually outlined what were their interpretations of the special regulations. The special regulation contains numerous wordings like manufacturer's recommendations based on what dimensions and suitable combination of chain and rope. And this is kind of soft. It's not like if your boat is 9 meters, you should have 10 kilo anchor, 5 meters of chain,
I mean,
and
this
then
is-
at least 50 meters of rope.
This is a never-ending story.
This is never ending, and this is what is prepared for the checklist for the Trieste. Very probably will be the same. That's the same for this. I mean,
But still, it doesn't say how much the second anchor is.
yeah. For example, the anchors is in the beginning is always the rule says appropriate for the size of the boat, and then we'll have 40 footer with small. Like this.
They always turn up. I know.
It's
But from my organization, the Swedish Offshore Association, we're trying to compile a list which is applicable to the Baltic that we will try to pry on to the organizers in Sweden.
I can tell you, I remember when we were here in Helsinki having the World Championship, or even in Kiel. I mean, they said immediately, oh, we are category 4, we don't need the things like this. It was, come on, I mean, on Mediterranean we are category 3. And I would not say it here, at least it's not really, warm water and very protected. But I say for them it's like normal, I say, okay.
But do you see it as a class association or an organizer or maybe a higher authority to be able to make these kind of soft rules more interpretable by the voters?
It's hard, and then as Nicola said, we are mostly focused and we are working on the class rules for rating, and this is really not a question of performance
And then I said also that usually there are local rules. So in Sweden, as in Poland, if you want to go out at sea, you can be stopped by the local police who are checking. But then this happens in Italy, for instance, and then there are some guidelines. And then also, you cannot check everything, but then there are some rules that everybody is aware of. The problem that we have is when we introduce additional rules that the people are not aware of. So they find themselves in championship saying, I have 2 fire extinguishers of 1 kilo.
That is full, 7 pages. That's what we are doing.
Kilos as the rules prescribe. Or, with all these new things required for the life jackets, when going around not at a very high level, and even at the highest level, you always find some deficiency, because there is not the cross strap.
But again, I think that it is more related to the type of the race, because even now in July we will have the offshore race that will probably go 10 to 12 hours, mostly during the day or before the sunrise. So in relatively, let's say, protected water, we are not going in open sea. We are not going. Or for leeward races, it can happen, but it's not really a requirement. For the long distance races, night races, you need to have bigger attention and stuff like this. Yeah.
What about stability in offshore special regulations?
There is,
to take, for example, Melges 24. in IRC is not allowed to participate day boats in category from 0 to 4, but it's not the same in ORC.
No, it are the special regs. As soon as the sport boats, as soon as there is category 4, the first thing you need lifelines, besides the stability. Stability is required for the category 0, 1 and 0, 2 and 1. But the lifelines, you need completely lifelines around the boat. And the Belgians in one part does not have it, which is then taking in account as a performance factor through this CXT, but only for the sport boat. And normally, if they does not comply with this, they are not allowed. For the sport boat, we are going now with this Appendix B, which is former category 5, so we don't require category 4, which is Appendix B is very simple. You just need a list of the things.
But see, the first row was stability in your
Yes,
checklist.
because the stability, I can show you here, this is the special regs. So what we need here are requirements. For category 0, for category 3, you need stability index in ORC rating system of not less than 103. But this is for a measure boat. For their stability.
If Melges come to championat, you
Measures 24, we also have, no, for category 4 they cannot make it. They cannot because they don't have lifelines complete. They don't have pulpits. So what you need, this is category 4, you need the lifelines and pulpits. And there was also discussion about what the distance between the stations, particularly in transom, do we need a middle station on the boats like XP44? That was kind of really not easy to understand if this requirement of the minimum distance is only along the length of the boat is also applied on the transom. But generally, the pulpits and lifelines automatically take out Belgians 24 for this championship. But Belgians can go on the sport boat championship, which is then only
category B, appendix B.
Appendix B. Yes.
Category 4, no.
No.
Well, the same like IRC.
Yeah. I mean, this is not really related to rating. It's really related to type of the race category.
Zoran, question. We have in Poland this year technical committees on during the regatta, but most regatta are for ORC Club.
Okay.
And they asked me what should be checked on the during the before the racing, both according to RC certificates and in safety equipment. And what is your experience? What should be minimum requirement to check on for RC club regattas?
It's hard to say. Let's split it in two parts.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the thing is the ORCE club doesn't say anything about the safety equipment.
It depends on the category race.
If he sets the minimum safety requirements,
Yeah.
if he sets if we are using the offshore special regs or not in which category. And as far as I remember, here in our play we said that the category 4 should be a minimum.
So so split in two parts: safety, special regs, and special regs is really what you decide. You go to the checklist and you want to check it. You can check it before, check it after. Depends on the type of the race. If there is some long distance night race, I will be very strict on checking the boat before. If it is day race, you pick something and check. Regarding the certificates and the rating, as I said, what we are doing on the boats is freeboards sails, crew weight.
Yeah, but freeboards,
Freeboards
mostly have weight, for example.
Yeah, so, and generally, the ORC club is not intended to the highest level to be used. It's for club racing where you may have a checks, but not strict one, not like on the World Championship. This is the philosophy of ORC club. It's let's go. Of course, always there can be a protest of boat against boat for some reason, and then you have to check and find out if this is, and what is the problem.
Are the special regs each ground protest both
Yes.
both?
Yes.
Yeah, but for example, in Poland, there are many talks between crews, even if they have overseas club certificates. Yeah, they have the same. This is also the same discussion like for the ORC International. Yeah, and so serious, so yeah, with fight, and yeah.
I mean, it's
And this is reason why Polish local sailing association decided to introduce technical committee on regatta. Yeah, but of course, the simplest way is to say, please make ORC international certificates and we check everything. But of course, they don't want owners don't want to pay for measure and so on. And still,
this is never-ending story,
Yeah.
and I mean, Dobbs can also tell you. We are trying. It's always the same story. The guys want to have the rating. ORC club is nice, but I want to be simple, but I want to be accurate. You have to select what you want. If you want to accurate, go to the full measurement. Yeah, but then it's expensive. Then it's okay. Then go. Then take it simple and don't complicate the things like this. It's
exactly. Yesterday
compromise.
discussion was still connected with ORC club certificates
So I mean,
4 years ago. Yeah.
on the end, if you don't change your boats a lot, you need once to do measurement. You don't have to do measurement every year. Once your boat is measured, it's measured. So you only change the sails or something that you change during the life of the boat. And if someone wants to have something accurate, go and measure it. And otherwise, it's really not intention. It's really trying to use the system on, I would say, in proper way. I would say, if something is designed to be simple and on the club level, don't make it a world championship from it. And if you want to go to that level, you are free to go. Okay? Anything else?